They live without electricity, yet they stay cool in 110-degree heat. How is that even possible? And more importantly, why aren't we using these same tricks today? Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're sweating through your shirt this summer, trust me, you're not alone. But here's something you probably didn't know. There's a community in America that stays cool without AC, without fans, and without spending a single dollar on energy. I spent weeks researching Amish lifestyle videos, historical records, and even old architecture blueprints to uncover their secret cooling techniques. What I discovered wasn't just surprising, it was revolutionary. Some of these methods have been passed down for generations, and they work just as well today as they did 200 years ago. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 shockingly simple Amish cooling hacks that could help you slash your energy bill, or even survive a blackout during a heat wave. And yes, some of them are so clever, you'll wonder why nobody ever taught you about them before. Stick around till the end, because one of these tricks might just save your summer. Oh, and if you've tried any Amish-style cooling tips yourself, or if something in this video surprises you, drop it in the comments below. I want to hear your observations. Trick 1. Strategic house orientation and natural ventilation. Picture this. It's the middle of summer. The sun is blazing. You walk into your house hoping for relief, but it feels like an oven. Now imagine walking into a home that's cool, calm and collected. No fans, no AC, just fresh air flowing through like magic. That's exactly what happens in Amish homes. And it all starts with how the house is built. You see, the Amish don't just build anywhere. They think about the sun. They study the wind. And they place every window and door with purpose. It's not luck, it's strategy. Most Amish homes are built facing east to west. That means the long sides of the house face north and south. Why does that matter? Because the sun hits those sides less directly during the hottest parts of the day. Less sun equals less heat. And then there's the windows. Not just any windows. Windows placed to catch the breeze. One on one side of the house, another on the opposite side. Open both, and suddenly air starts moving. This is called cross-ventilation, and it works like a charm. Think of your house like a tunnel for wind. If you open 2 ends, the air flows right through, but if you only open one, nothing happens. That's why Amish homes have multiple windows, and they know exactly where to put them. Plus, they use high ceilings. Tall rooms help trap hot air up top while keeping the cooler air down below where people live. And here's another smart trick. Attic vents. Yes, even without electricity, they've got a way to get rid of hot air. Ridge vents run along the peak of the roof. They let hot air escape. As that hot air leaves, it pulls cooler air in from the lower windows. It's like a free, never-ending cycle of fresh air. Some Amish houses even have cupolas, those little rooftop towers you sometimes see. They look cute, but they do real work. They act like chimneys for hot air, letting it rise out and pull in cooler air from below. So when the rest of us are cranking up the AC, sweating over our power bills, the Amish are sitting on their porches sipping tea, letting nature do the job. And guess what? You don't have to be Amish to make this work. Even if you live in a modern home, you can apply these same ideas. Think about where the sun hits your house. Watch how the wind moves around your neighborhood. Try opening windows on opposite sides of a room. You'll be surprised how much difference it makes. It's not complicated. It's just thoughtful. Like everything the Amish do, it's about working with nature instead of fighting it. And when it comes to beating the heat without spending a dime, that's a powerful idea. Trick 2. Thermal mass and insulation materials. Now that we've talked about how Amish homes are built to catch the breeze, let's take a look at what they're actually made of. Because it turns out, What your house is made of can make a huge difference when it comes to staying cool. You see, Amish homes aren't built with drywall and cheap insulation like most modern houses today. No, they use heavy, dense materials like wood, stone, brick, and sometimes even earth-packed walls. And this isn't just for looks or tradition. These materials have something called thermal mass. What does that mean? Well, thermal mass basically acts like a sponge for heat. During the night, when it's cooler, these thick walls absorb the cold air. Then, during the day, when the sun is beating down and temperatures rise, those same walls slowly release that stored coolness into the home. It's like having a free, built-in cooling system that works all by itself. Think of it like ice in a cooler. At first, the ice is solid and keeps everything around it cold. As it melts, it continues to keep things cool for hours, even if it's hot outside. That's kind of how thermal mass works. And here's another thing. These materials don't just hold coolness. They also block heat from coming in. Thick wooden beams, stone floors, and deep-set windows. All of these help slow down the transfer of heat. So even when it's blazing hot outside, the inside stays nice and comfortable. That's why many Amish homes feel like walking into a cave during summer. Cool, calm, and sheltered from the heat. Modern homes, on the other hand, are often built with lightweight materials like drywall and fiberglass insulation. These materials might be cheaper and faster to build with, but they do almost nothing to regulate temperature. So while we're running fans and cranking up the AC, Amish families are living in homes that naturally balance the temperature, day and night. And here's an extra tip. Where you sleep matters too. Amish folks know that cooler air sinks. That's why many of them sleep close to the floor. Whether it's in low beds or even hammocks near the ground, they're placing themselves right where the cool air gathers. No need for fancy cooling gadgets. Just good old physics and smart design. So if you're stuck without AC this summer, or just looking to cut down on your energy bill, think about what your home is made of. And maybe, just maybe, there's a reason older homes always felt cooler back in the day. Because they were built to handle the heat, the natural way. Trick 3. Shade like your life depends on it. If you want to stay cool without electricity, here's a simple truth. Sunlight is your enemy. And the Amish know this better than anyone. They don't just tolerate the sun. They fight it, block it, outsmart it. Because once that sunlight hits your windows and walls, it turns into heat. Fast. So what do the Amish do? They shade everything, and I mean everything. Start with the outside of the house. Trees are their first line of defence. They plant them strategically, mostly on the east and west sides of the home. That way, the morning and afternoon sun get blocked before they even reach the walls. It's like nature's own sunscreen. Big trees, thick branches, dense leaves, all working together to cast long shadows over porches, windows, and rooftops. And if there aren't enough trees, they build wide porches, deep, shaded overhangs that stick out far from the house. These act like giant umbrellas, keeping direct sunlight from sneaking inside. Inside the house, it's the same story. Heavy curtains, thick, dark ones, are pulled tight during the day, not for privacy, but for temperature control. Those curtains trap the heat outside, keeping the rooms cooler. Even the windows themselves are designed with shading in mind. Some have deep frames or shutters that block the sun at certain times of day. Others use awnings made of wood or canvas to keep glass surfaces from turning into ovens. The goal is simple. Stop the heat before it gets in. And it works, big time. You don't need fancy window films or blackout blinds to do this. A well-placed sheet, a roll of fabric, or even a cardboard cutout covered in aluminum foil can reflect sunlight away from your windows. Yes, it might not look fancy, but when it's 110 degrees outside and your room feels like a fridge, you won't care how it looks. Another trick the Amish use? They avoid large windows facing south or west, because those get hit with the strongest sunlight. Instead, they place smaller windows where the sun doesn't shine as hard. Less glass means less heat gain. And let's not forget about roofs. Many Amish homes have steeply pitched roofs covered in light-coloured materials. Light colours reflect sunlight better than dark ones. So instead of soaking up the heat, the roof bounces it back into the sky. It's all about strategy. Every choice they make, from where they plant a tree to how they hang a curtain, is done with one thing in mind: staying cool without spending money or using power. So next time you're sweating through your shirt while staring at your electric bill, ask yourself, am I blocking the sun, or am I just letting it roast me alive? Because once you start shading your home the Amish way, you'll feel the difference almost immediately. No AC required, just a little planning, and maybe a few extra curtains. Trick 4. Evaporative cooling. The wet cloth hack. Now here's a trick that sounds too simple to work, but trust me, it does. It's called evaporative cooling, and the Amish have been using it for generations to turn hot air into something close to fresh mountain breeze, all without electricity. The idea is this: when water evaporates, it cools the air around it. That's why you feel chilly when you step out of the shower or swim. So, if you can create evaporation inside your home, you can actually lower the temperature, naturally. And the easiest way to do that? A wet cloth. Yes, really. Take a clean sheet, soak it in cool water, wring it out just enough so it's damp, not dripping, and hang it in front of a window or doorway where there's a breeze. As the air moves through the fabric, the water slowly evaporates. And just like that, the air gets cooler. This works best when you've got cross-ventilation going. Remember that from trick number 1? Open 2 windows on opposite sides of the room, hang a wet cloth in front of one, and let nature pull that cooled air through the house. You don't even need a fan, but if you happen to have one, maybe a hand crank model or a small solar-powered one, aim it at the cloth. It'll speed up the process and make the effect stronger. Another version of this trick: buckets of water indoors. That might sound strange, but it's another form of passive evaporative cooling. Place a few shallow buckets or pans of water around the room, especially near windows or high traffic areas. As the water slowly evaporates, it cools the surrounding air. Some Amish families even add a layer of sand or bricks to the bottom of the bucket. This increases surface area and helps the water last longer. And here's a bonus tip: mop your floors with cool water early in the morning. The moisture will slowly evaporate throughout the day, keeping the indoor temperature more bearable. No need for fancy swamp coolers or misting systems. Just water, air movement, and a little bit of science. Even better, these tricks cost absolutely nothing. You don't need special equipment, no filters, no power, just a bucket, some rags, and a little time. That's why this method is so popular among off-grid communities. It's reliable, it's free, and it works in even the hottest places. So next time you're stuck in a hot room with no AC, don't panic. Grab a towel, run it under the sink, and give this old-school hack a try. You might be surprised how much cooler you feel, and how fast. Trick 5. Lifestyle adjustments. So far, we've talked about how Amish homes are built to stay cool. We covered smart design, thick walls, shade tricks, and even a wet cloth hack that actually works. But here's something most people overlook. It's not just about the house. It's also about how you live inside it. The Amish make lifestyle choices that help them beat the heat, and they don't cost a dime. For starters, they slow down during the hottest part of the day. That means no heavy chores, no long walks, no unnecessary movement when the sun is at its strongest. Why? Because physical activity creates body heat. And when it's already 110 degrees outside, the last thing you want is to make yourself hotter by accident. Instead, they take naps, read books, or just sit quietly in shaded areas. It's not laziness, it's survival. They also drink plenty of water. Not just because it's hot, but because staying hydrated helps your body regulate temperature naturally. And then there's what they wear. You might have noticed Amish folks always seem to be dressed in long sleeves and hats, which sounds crazy in the summer. But here's the twist. Those clothes are made from breathable fabrics like cotton and linen. They're loose-fitting, which allows airflow, and they protect the skin from direct sunlight. That's right. Instead of letting the sun bake their skin, they cover up. It may feel counterintuitive, but it works. Some Amish families even use cold compresses on the back of the neck, wrists, and forehead. Just a damp cloth soaked in cool water, placed on key pulse points, can trick your body into feeling cooler fast. And let's not forget about mealtime. During the summer months, the Amish avoid cooking big meals indoors, especially anything that requires an oven or stove. Those appliances add extra heat to the house. Instead, they eat cold foods like salads, pickled veggies, fresh bread, and dairy. Smart move. No need to turn your kitchen into a sauna when it's already hot enough outside. Even their sleeping habits change with the seasons. In the summer, many Amish families sleep outside on porches or in screened-in areas where it's breezier. Others bring out cots or hammocks, anything to catch a little relief from the heat. It's all about adapting, not fighting the weather, going with it. And that's the real secret behind how the Amish stay cool without electricity. It's not just one trick, it's a whole way of life built around working with nature, not against it. So if you're stuck in a hot room this summer, remember, sometimes the best cooling system isn't mechanical. It's behavioural. Move less. Wear more, but the right kind. Drink water, sleep low, eat cool. You don't need AC to survive the heat. You just need to think like the Amish. So there you have it. 5 powerful, time-tested Amish tricks to stay cool in 110-degree heat without spending a dime or using a single watt of electricity. From smart house design and natural ventilation to thermal mass walls, strategic shading, evaporative, cooling, and simple lifestyle changes, these aren't just old-fashioned hacks. They're lessons in living smarter with what we've got. And the best part? You don't have to be Amish, or even live off-grid, to make these work for you. Whether you're trying to cut down on energy bills, preparing for a blackout, or just looking for a more natural way to stay comfortable, these tips can make a real difference. The Amish didn't have air conditioning, but they had something better. Knowledge passed down through generations, built around working with nature instead of fighting it. And maybe that's exactly what we need more of today. So next time the AC breaks down or your electric bill comes in higher than expected, remember these simple, effective cooling strategies. You might not need a new system, just a little wisdom from the past. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you something useful, and I hope it did, stick around for more life-changing tips, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.